Welcome to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry. This season's broadcast coverage is made possible in part by College Street Cottages, Georgetown Jewelry, Georgetown Shirt Company, Glenn Patterson, Realtor, Grand Endeavor Homes, Oak Ridge Disciple House, and Rob Hip Insurance. And now, on to the field with color analyst Michael Francis and the voice of the Patriots, Travis Banks.
Six days removed from a late interception from Jackson Colson that sealed a victory for the Glen Grizzlies over the Eastview Patriots, the Patriots hit the road yet again for the second-to-last road game of this 2019 football season as they are set to take on another huge test tonight at the field against the undefeated in-district Weiss Wolves. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this special Thursday night edition of SHN Football. Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, that is. My name is Travis Banks. Alongside me, as always, is my broadcast colleague, Mr. Michael Francis. And Michael, this kickoff was originally set for 7 p.m. It was bumped up to 6 p.m. 1 hour earlier due to the threat of severe thunderstorms later this evening. However, it's still going to be a difficult game for the Patriots, coming off of that 35-28 loss last week against Glen. This week they are taking on a Weiss Wolves team that has flat-out dominated most of the competition this year in District 13-5A.
Yeah, they really have. They're the big surprise of the district and all of football in the Texas area. It's been tremendous. You hear a lot about them on the radio. In fact, they're the featured game tonight on KBVO. In the booth next to us, so they're attracting a lot of attention. That's what happens when you develop a winning program, and you're just in your second year of varsity football action.
Eastview coming into tonight's game 5-2 overall, 2-2 in District 13-5A. Those two losses coming at the hands, both at home, oddly enough, to Brenham and Glen last week. Weiss, on the other hand, coming into tonight's game at 6-1 overall, 4-0 in District 13-5A. They are currently tied for first place in the district standings with Brenham. And interestingly enough, the first place spot in the district will not be decided until the final week of the season, as that is when the Weiss and Brenham game is set to take place.
Right, unless Brenham happens to lose a game between now and then, or either one of these two clubs, or if Eastview comes up tonight with a surprising win versus these Weiss Wolves. And the thing about it, Travis, with football, any team can win on any given night. You see that in the pros through college and all the way down at the high school level. You take in case point the Jets, how good they looked 2 weeks ago versus the Dallas Cowboys, and then last week they couldn't get out of their own way. So, come in, it looks great, and any given night, any team can win. And so we're excited to be here tonight, and hopefully these Eastview Patriots will come up with a surprising victory tonight over these Weiss Wolves.
Michael, let's circle back to this Weiss team. Coach Tommy Altman just has these Wolves on a roll, and it's even more impressive when you consider not only, as you mentioned, it's their second season playing varsity football. Last year, they were winless. 0-10. As a matter of fact, this game last year took place almost exactly 365 days ago. Weiss visited Eastview in Georgetown, and Eastview won that game in a dominating fashion, 42-0 last year on October 26th. It's a bit of a different story this year as Weiss is just rolling again, 6-1 overall, 4-0 in district. We'll take a quick look at their schedule real quick. Their first game was also on a Thursday night, much like Eastview, taking on Leander on the road. They won that game 23-14. Week 2, they defeated Canyon Lake here at the field. That's their only loss of the season. They lost that game by a single point, 21-20. It's been all wins since then. They defeated Rouse, a school you're very familiar with, Michael, the 25-0 in Week 3, one of two shutouts on the year. They opened up district play on the road at Bastrop, winning that game 34-7. They shut out Glen 42-0 a few weeks ago. That was back on October 4th, the very same Glenn team that defeated Eastview by a touchdown last week. So if you're looking for that transitive property right there, if you base all of your
head-to-head matchups,
yeah, it's not looking good for the Patriots in that regard. Finishing off on Weiss's schedule, they've been on the road the last 2 weeks. They defeated Elgin 2 weeks ago on October 11th, 40-24, and last week they defeated Cedar Creek by a score of 17-16, really eking out that victory against a Cedar Creek team that is actually tied with Eastview in the standings right now. The game against Cedar Creek next week will determine a lot for the Patriots, specifically who's going to get that fourth playoff spot right now.
Right, and that victory over Cedar Creek finished on a controversial note, so it was a disappointing loss for the Cedar Creek Eagles, but nevertheless, the Weiss Wolves pick up the victory and come in here tonight undefeated through district, and Eastview is going to have their hands full tonight. So they're going to have to play mistake-free football. They're going to have to stay away from the self-inflicted wounds, penalties that have eaten them up, turnovers that have really killed them in district play. You had that critical turnover last week versus Glenn that sealed their doom with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. And that was a game that whoever had the last possession most likely was going to win the ball game. They were driving and down the field and threw that pick, and that ended the game for them there. The previous game versus Brenham, they had 2 turnovers, and those turnovers turned into touchdowns. And they can't make that mistake against this Weiss Wolf team tonight.
No, they cannot. Speaking of last week's game against Glenn, the stats for the Patriots: Jackson Colson, 17 of 29 pass attempts, 211 yards through the air, 0 touchdowns through the air, 1 interception. The ground game was pretty stifled when you consider things. Marion Brooks and Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who for the past several weeks have been either above 100 yards or nearby, 80-something yards. Marion Brooks had 84 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Jackson Colson had a rushing touchdown himself. Isaiah Quentin Jackson held to 1 touchdown on only 38 yards. So Glenn knew exactly how to stop this Patriots offense. And you got to think that Weiss their scouts were paying attention to all of that.
Yeah, they definitely shut down the ground game for the Eastview Patriots, which that's been their bread and butter. They've had a good mixture. Jackson Colson has definitely got a good arm, and he's got a good receiving core, and Michael Sedgwick and Charles Ross and Tyler Wagoner. They've been critical to their success, so it'll be good to see tonight how they respond to these Weiss Wolves and respond coming off that disappointing loss last week versus the Grizzlies.
Speaking of last week, the scores from District 13 5A from last week: Glenn, of course, defeating Eastview 35-28. Weiss, of course, defeating Cedar Creek 17-16. Marble Falls picked up not only their first win in district, but their first win of the season. They defeated Bastrop 45-37. And Brenham, of course, maintained their tied for first place position in District 13 5A. They shut out Elgin by a score of 21-0. The games this week, of course, will all be tomorrow night, as Eastview taking on Weiss tonight. Brenham will be on the road at Bastrop. Should be a pretty decisive win for Brenham on the road tomorrow night. Cedar Creek will travel to Elgin, and Marble Falls will travel to Leander to take on Glenn. So a huge night, or a huge week of action, I should say, huge 2 nights. Michael, we'll circle back to what we were talking about with Weiss being tied for this first place position, and how anything can happen on any given night in Texas high school football. These Thursday night games, there's just something about them. The underdog always seems to kind of overperform. The example I was going to give would be last week, UCLA took on Stanford over in California. Stanford's having a rough year with injuries and everything. UCLA coming in with 1 win on the season. They got their first win of the season. They beat Stanford for the first time in about 10 years. So anything can happen on a Thursday night, and you have to assume that the Patriots are going to try to tap into some of that Thursday night magic tonight.
Yeah, you can definitely plan on that. It's Texas high school football, and as I said earlier, anything can happen. Any team can win on any given night, and there's such a great talent pool in District 13 5A D2 and some very good teams that are at the top of the district. So this is going to be a great contest tonight between these two programs. And we'll go through the starting lineup tonight for your Eastview Patriots. At wide receiver, sophomore number 16, Michael Sedgwick. And wide receiver, junior number 9, Charles Ross. In the slot, sophomore number 13, Tyler Wagner. At H-back, sophomore number 45, Jacob Martin. At tailback, junior number 24, Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Your starting quarterback tonight, senior number 12, Jackson Colson. Left tackle, senior number 65, Caleb Sammons. Your left guard, junior number 57, Cole Smith. Your starting center, junior number 59, McKinley McLaughlin. At right guard, senior number 67, Rodrigo Gutierrez. At right tackle, senior number 55, Riley Cooper. Defensively for the Patriots tonight, senior number 2, Darian Shanklin will be on the corner, along with sophomore number 16, Michael Sedgwick. At free safety, sophomore number 13, Tyler Wagner. Strong safety, senior number 5, Jordan Oswald. At weak safety, junior number 24, Isaiah Quentin Jackson. At the Mike linebacker position, sophomore number 33, Thomas Thornburg. At your Sam linebacker position, senior number 22, Eric Millette. Tackle, senior number 17, Brandon Hernandez. And at the nose tackle, senior number 7, Luke Brown. Defensive ends for tonight, junior number 35, Justin Nazer, and senior number 72, Sammy Gonzalez. And that's your defensive and offensive starting lineups for the Patriots tonight.
As we will take a brief pause for the rest of the playing of the national anthem. We'll be right back.
Travis, a light crowd here tonight with the early start. As you had mentioned in our conversation earlier, there wasn't a whole lot of notice today that was sent out through social media that this game was going to be an early start. So parents will be coming in late, coming home from work and making their navigation through traffic and getting here tonight. So you look for the stands to kind of fill up more as the game progresses, due to the early start tonight.
That indeed, and the traffic's really bad already. It hasn't even begun to rain yet, so we'll have to see how much of this crowd comes in at the last minute as the team captains begin to head to midfield for the opening coin toss. And the team captains for the Weiss Wolves and the Eastview Patriots, we'll get those names to you in just a moment, as we've got live video tonight, Michael. It's a Thursday night. We're not bound by the UIL anti-video rules of Friday night, so this will be a treat to all of our viewers.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
So the team captains for the Eastview Patriots, as you can see on your television screen, wearing the all icy white uniforms, number 5, Jordan Oswald, number 17, Brandon Hernandez, number 65, Caleb Sammons, and number 72, Sammy Gonzalez. The team captains for the Weiss Wolves, number 4, Stuart Miller, number 5, Dwayne Sasa, number 12, Jackson Sandlin, and number 60, Diego Cruz.
The Wolves will be receiving the ball to start the game, Travis.
And you've got to expect they're going to come out hot on offense, as they're looking to maintain all of this momentum. And they're, quite frankly, Michael, looking to bounce back from what most would consider an embarrassing performance against Cedar Creek last week. As, you know, Cedar Creek coming into, or they came into the game last week and with a 1-2 overall record in district. Right now they're in 5th place. But, again, that matchup with Eastview will determine pretty much who will get that final playoff spot in District 13-5A.
Right. Well, it's interesting, Travis, is the different coaching thoughts on whether or not to defer or to take the initial kickoff, to receive the initial kickoff. With coaches varies. A lot of coaches like to defer to the second half. And then you got coaches who have the mindset, you know what, I want to punch them in the nose right off the bat. So let's take the ball and let's make a statement to open the game. And the Wolves have decided to do that tonight.
The best way that the Patriots can hang in on this game is they need to play smart. They need to limit their turnovers. Jackson Colson, he's thrown it very well through the air, and he needs to do so again this evening. The defense also needs to step up and make the big stops when necessary, because this Wolves team is very dangerous, and they can pretty much score whenever they want to, given the opportunity and the chances. As we are just about set for kickoff, back to return for the Weiss Wolves, wearing an odd colored combination. They've got black pants, black helmets, and red jerseys with white sleeves. Back to return is Edric Whiteley and Kalen Rogers. Jose Rodriguez out to get this opening kickoff. And we are underway here in Pflugerville at the field. Kickoff is going to be taken at the 25-yard line by one of the Upmen. He's going to make it to the 35, to the 40, to the 50. He's got some space along the sideline, makes it to the 40-yard line before being hit viciously by a Patriots special teams member.
That was the kicker, Rodriguez.
Rodriguez making the tackle there. So it'll be excellent field position for the Wolves starting out in Eastview territory here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter.
Well, they did what they had to do on the opening kickoff to give them the short field and find themselves right at the 39-yard line of the Patriots.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball will be on the Eastview 39-yard line. Weiss comes out in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the right side. Running back on the right side. The quarterback takes the snap and he pitches to the back, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield by Jordan Oswald. The ball carrier on that play was Jaden Askew, starting running back, and a huge loss of yardage, a huge defensive play to start this ball game off for the Patriots defense.
How do you like that yard marker, that lit up yard marker over there? That's all right.
2nd down and 13, ball on the 42-yard line. Weiss takes the snap, drops back. It's going to be a design quarterback scramble. That is the quarterback making it to the 30-yard line. Tavian Cord on the carry there, and he's tackled at the 30-yard line.
Well, that's what you can't do, Travis. You do good on the first play, and you make a tackle for loss, and then you give up a big run and make it 3rd and 1 on the very next play.
Eric Millette making the tackle there. It's 3rd and 1, ball on the Eastview 30. Weiss now. Cord in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to his right side at the bottom of your screen. He hands the ball off, and no, he's going to keep it himself. It's a read option play, a very well read option run. Cord keeps the ball himself and picks up the 1st down for Weiss.
Well, this is where you got to shake off the nerves. The game's underway now. Let's settle in, and we need to make a defensive stop right here.
It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 27-yard line. Cord in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to his right. Running back to his right. Cord takes the snap, rolls out to the right side, and he throws over the middle. It's nearly intercepted by Cooper Namkin.
He's going to want that back.
Yeah, Cooper Namkin had to jump up to nearly make that interception, but ended up just bouncing off of his fingertips and hitting the ground. Brings up 2nd down and 10 for Weiss.
Well, the thing with a shorter field is sometimes it works to your advantage defensively, and it definitely worked to the Patriots' advantage on that play right there.
2nd and 10. It's a handoff to the back. Askew from the shotgun formation. Askew tries to roll left but can't quite get around the edge and is tackled by who else but Roland Hines.
It'll be a yard loss on the play.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 11. The ball will be on the Eastview 28-yard line. Weiss needs to go 11 yards to convert.
Well, there's a flag on the play. And the Weiss Wolves are backing up. I have not seen the indication, but they're talking with Coach Feacock. He may decline it. Block in the back.
So block in the back by Weiss. This will push them back. Actually, no, they're going to replay the second down.
No, it's third down. They declined it.
Okay. They have not updated the scoreboard. I did not look at the line crew, the chain gang, if you will. They've got all their stuff updated. So it'll be third down and 11. Ball on the 28-yard line for Weiss. Two backs for Cord in the gun formation. Cord rolls out to the right side. He's going to hand the ball off to the backup running back who is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. On the handoff there was Devin Cross. And Cross gains 2, maybe 3 yards. Gets the ball to about the 25-yard line before being brought down on the play. This should set up a fourth down for Weiss, and offense is going to stay on the field. Looks like they're going to go for it this deep in Eastview territory.
Fourth down and 8, so it's fourth and long.
20 seconds to go on the play clock here. Cord, same formation in the gun, two backs. It's another, it's a play action. Throws right and caught up the middle for the touchdown is Weiss's Kalen Rogers in double coverage. He gets 6 points for the Weiss on their opening offensive series.
Eastview anticipating the run, and they go with the pass, and there was no safety back there to pick up that lone receiver up the middle.
So 9:24 to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Weiss scores first as the kicker, Kobe McCoy, out to attempt the PAT. It is up, and it is good. So just like that, Weiss opens up the scoring. 9:24 to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. The Wolves lead at 7-0 over the Patriots. We'll take a brief commercial break. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com.
We're back here at the field where Weiss has just taken a 7-0 lead over the Eastview Patriots following a 28-yard touchdown catch by Devin Cross, thrown by the quarterback Tavian Cord. And now Weiss looking to kick this ball away. Back deep to return at the 10-yard line for the Patriots, Charles Ross and Isaiah Quentin Jackson. As the kicker, Oscar Jaramillo, kicks this ball away. And a fair catch is going to be called for and made at the 30-yard line by Tyler Wagner. So the Patriots will get set up to go to work on their first offensive series of the game at their own 30-yard line.
Well, Travis, we'll see if Eastview does what Eastview does with their very first possession, with the exception of one game, scoring on their first possession.
They have indeed. Oddly enough, they won the game. That was against Marble Falls, where they did not score on their opening possession. And they'll look to tie this game up now, trailing 7-0 with 9:24 to go in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. 1st and 10, Colson in the gun, takes the snap, rolls out to the right side. He gets the edge, throws right, and bounces off the fingertips of Peyton Adams, the intended wide receiver. Falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Weiss covering very well on that particular play as Colson was rolling out right. He had number 55, Marcus Lyons, hot on his heels, but was able to get the pass off, and unfortunately went incomplete.
2nd and 10 for the Patriots. Ball on the 29-yard line. Colson in the gun. He's got trips to his left at the bottom of your screen. Colson takes the snap, fakes it. Or no, he does hand off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who bounces off the line and can't quite get anywhere to go. And he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage is Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Making the tackle for Weiss was Kirsten Kennedy. And this will be 3rd down and 11 for the Patriots. They're going to go ahead and hurry up. Colson in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his right side. Isaiah Quentin Jackson in at back. Colson takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure. He throws it screen. Caught by Isaiah Quentin Jackson at the 25-yard line. And Quentin Jackson barely able to make it to the 30 before being brought down by Weiss's Marcus Lyons. And this is going to bring up 4th down and a punting situation for the Patriots. As their opening series lasts about a minute, they trail 7-0.
Yeah, that's a tough 3 and out right there for sure.
Edric Whiteley back to return this punt. Jackson Colson will be punting it away for the Patriots. Whiteley back at the 35-yard line. Just to the left of your screen. It's a high snap, but Colson able to pull it in. Colson's punt is up, and it is high. It's going to be taken by Whiteley, who calls for and makes the fair catch at the 35-yard line. So not exactly what Eastview was looking for out of their first offensive series. They had pretty much nothing going there, Michael.
No, absolutely nothing. The defensive coverage on the pass coverage covered the receivers well. Didn't give Colson anything to throw to. He used his check downs to throw to Quentin Jackson on the short little screen that didn't gain any yardage. Was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. They really got it. And running. They just didn't get anything going on running the ball.
1st and 10 for the Wolves. Cord immediately throws left. It is caught at the 40-yard line, and making it almost to the 45-yard line, being shoved out of bounds, is Jeremiah Robinson, and he was pushed out of bounds by Michael Sedgwick. And now the Wolves are going to hurry up. 2nd and 3, so a nice 7-yard gain for the Wolves. Cord immediately throws left. It is caught at the 40-yard line, and making the leaping 1st down out of bounds. And the catch for Weiss was, again, Jeremiah Robinson.
Looks like he's going to be short by a yard.
He must have stepped out of bounds at that point then. It'll be 3rd down and a very short one for the Wolves. Cord in the gun, 2 backs on both sides of him. And it's a handoff to the back who makes it to the 40-yard line and easily picks up that 1st down and a whole lot more, just moving the pile of Patriots defenders. That was Devin Cross on the carry.
He picks up 6 yards, and 5 of those yards were with half the Eastview team on his back.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Wolves, ball on the 50-yard line. They lead it 7-0. It's another handoff to the right side, and trying to get around the edge is the ball carrier. He is brought down by the ankles by Eric Millette, and on the carry on that play was Jaden Askew. So the Wolves will hurry up. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball on the 47-yard line. It's another handoff to Askew, who rushes to the left hash mark and is brought down by the ankles yet again by Eric Millette. So this will be 3rd down and manageable for the Wolves as they are once again in Patriots territory. Already leading 7-0 with about halfway through the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Cord in the gun, 2 receivers to his right at the bottom of your screen, 2 backs in, and it's a hand off to Cross, and Cross is stuffed at the line of scrimmage by a wall of Patriots defensive linemen, and Eric Millette yet again getting in there, and he'll get credit for that tackle. Cross just stuffed at the line. It'll bring up 4th down and 4 for the Wolves. And they're going to keep their offense on the field. They're going to go for it. Cord in at quarterback. And it's another handoff. No, it's a fake handoff. Cord will keep it, but the Patriots defense is not fooled, and they'll sack him for a loss as he tries to get around the left side. What a great defensive stand by the Patriots. It'll be a turnover on downs. Eastview ball.
Eastview was bending, but they sure didn't break on that one, Travis.
There were a number of Patriots defenders on that tackle. I believe I saw Cooper Namkin down there as part of it. So we'll go ahead and give him some credit there as the Patriots offense comes out onto the field. Clock is stopped with 5:45 to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. The Patriots trail 7-0. second offensive series of the ball game for Eastview. Colson comes out in the shotgun formation. He's got two receivers to his left. Marion Brooks is in at running back. Colson immediately throws left, and it falls incomplete, intended for Charles Ross, who is hit as he tried to make that catch by a Weiss defender, and that was Edric Whitley making the tackle on the vicious hit, that Madden juke stick type of hit that would have gotten you on SportsCenter about 10 years ago, but probably considered too vicious in this day and age, Michael.
Yeah, it really would.
Clock will stop with 5:39 to go in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. It's 2nd and 10 Patriots. Ball on their own 46-yard line. Colson in the gun. Two running backs, one wide receiver on each side. Colson takes the snap, and it's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who rolls out towards the left hash mark. And Quentin Jackson picks up a decent gain of about 3 yards before being brought down just shy of the 50-yard line by Weiss's Seth Joseph. This will bring up 3rd down for the Patriots.
Well, he did a lot of running right there, Travis, as he was feeling his way through the line and trying to find that open running lane, and he looked like he gained more than he did.
3rd down and 7. Colson takes the snap from the gun, rolls out right, throws right, nearly intercepted, intended for Charles Ross. The pass bounces off the fingertips of Weiss defender, that is Dwayne Sasa. And Eastview will be brought into a punting situation. Sorry, Michael.
Sasa had that one played well, but Ross was wide open. If Colson would have been able to lead and get that pass to him, he would have picked up some big yardage if he hadn't taken it all the way to the house.
So the Patriots will be punting Jackson Colson from the 35-yard line. Back at the 10 to return is Edric Whitley for the Wolves. Patriots trail 7-0. Jackson Colson's punt is up. It is a high punt, and it will be taken by Whitley, who will call for the fair catch and make that fair catch at around the 5-yard line. So the Patriots finally, for the first time in this ball game, pin the Wolves back deep in their own territory. 5:04 remaining here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Wolves leading 7-0.
Well, one thing about it, this is the worst field position that the Weiss Wolves have started out with tonight so far, and they're beginning their 3rd possession.
3rd offensive series of the ball game for the Weiss Wolves as the crowd is slowly starting to file in here after this early kickoff time, about 6:22 p.m. here in Pflugerville, Texas, at the field. Tavian Cord back in at quarterback in the gun. He's got 2 running backs around both sides of him, 2 receivers on his right, and Cord is going to hand the ball off to Jaden Askew, who is going to try to rush up the right side, but has nowhere to go, and he stopped. Gain of a yard. No, he actually lost a yard on that carry.
Yeah, you can thank Eric Millette for that, as he got in and tackled him at the ankles behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll make it 2nd down and 11 for Weiss. Ball on the Weiss 4-yard line. Cord takes the snap, and it's a hand off to the back. That is Cross, and Cross on the carry. He gains 1, maybe 2 yards on that play. And looks like it was Cooper Namkin on the tackle there. Either Cooper Namkin or Jordan Oswald. Brings up 3rd down and 9. Ball on the Weiss 6. Cord takes the snap, drops back, throws right. He's got a man, and it is caught at the 40-yard line and pulled out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Making the catch is C.J. Meeks. He was pulled out of bounds by Darian Shanklin, and what a huge play for Weiss, picking up a 1st down there. However, looks like we might have a flag on the play. As the chains have not moved, and it looks like the referees are talking.
Yeah, there's some laundry down on the 5. Yeah.
Ineligible receiver is what I heard.
That's what I heard. But an outstanding play by Shanklin, Travis, because that was going to go to the house. It was a touchdown-saving tackle. And he just had a handful of jersey is all he had. He was on his way to the ground, and fortunately he was able to pull him backwards.
It was one-on-one man coverage, and Meeks was just able to pull away and beat his defender, beat Shanklin, but Shanklin was able to at least pull him out of bounds. So we're going to redo this 3rd down. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Ball on the Weiss 6-yard line.
It should move it back.
That would be a half the distance to the goal since it's inside the 10. So it will indeed be 3rd down and 12. The ball will be on the Weiss 3-yard line now. 4:06 to go here. Weiss leads it 7-0. And Cord takes the snap, throws right. It looks to be the same play. Meeks, pass falls incomplete. And looks like Meeks hesitated running the route. Charles Ross on the coverage there breaking up that pass. And Weiss will be forced to punt.
Yeah, they went right back to that same fade route that they used on the previous down. And fortunately, Eastview read it all the way and was able to get the stop. And now they're looking at a punting situation out of their own end zone.
Weiss's first punt of the game, as Isaiah Quentin Jackson is back to return this punt from the Eastview 40, or the Weiss 40, I should say. And Quentin Jackson will take the punt, and he's going to try to return it. He's going to roll out to the right hash mark, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line before he can get any significant gain on that return. Brought down by Weiss's Diego Cruz. And Eastview will set up with their best field position of the night here for their 3rd offensive series of the game, trailing 7-0 now. 3:52 to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter.
Well, I'll tell you what, Travis, Eastview is playing with the lone exception of the touchdown play on the first possession. They're playing some lights-out defense right now versus these Weiss Wolves.
1st and 10, ball on the 41-yard line. Colson in the gun, hands off to Amarian Brooks, who has a huge hole up the right side, and he's able to get through it, but not much farther after that, but still picks up a solid 5, maybe 6 yards. Amarian Brooks. Yeah, it'll be a gain of 5, brings up 2nd down and 5 for the Patriots as they go hurry up. Colson in the gun. 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver on each side. Colson takes the handoff, or takes the snap and hands off to Amarian Brooks, who tries to rush up the middle but is stuffed at the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 5. No gain, potentially loss of a yard, and this will set up 3rd down for the Patriots. It was Dion Wilson on the tackle there for the Wolves. As we've got some rain droplets here starting to fall at the field.
Yeah, you look to the north, Travis. It's coming down to the north. It's in Round Rock.
That is why they moved this game up 1 hour to avoid the very bad thunderstorms on the way here in the Austin area later this evening. 3rd down and 5. Patriots trail 7-0. Colson takes the snap, rolls out the right side, throws right, caught, and immediately knocked out of bounds. Yes, he made the catch, though. That looked to be Peyton Adams. Yes, it was Peyton Adams making the 1st down catch for the Patriots, and a huge 1st down play as the Patriots go hurry up now. Colson in the gun, 2 receivers to his left side. Colson takes the snap, hands off to Amarian Brooks, who rushes up the middle for a decent gain on 1st and 10. The ball was on the 27-yard line, and Brooks able to get it inside the 25. Dion Wilson on the tackle for Weiss. Patriots go hurry up, same formation, 2nd and 7. Colson hands the ball off to Amarian Brooks yet again, and Brooks has nowhere to go running up the middle, and he's going to be stuffed by a wall of Weiss linemen. And Dion Wilson again on the tackle there. Amarian Brooks will substitute out as Isaiah Quentin Jackson comes in at running back. 3rd down and 6, under 2 minutes to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Patriots trail 7-0. 3rd down and 6, ball on the 23-yard line. Colson takes the snap, drops back, throws right, caught at the 15-yard line, and making it to the 10, inside the 10, almost to the 5 for the Patriots is Peyton Adams yet again. Peyton Adams picking up a 1st down for the 2nd down in a row for the Patriots now, and all of a sudden they're inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Patriots, Colson rolls out to the right side. He handed the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who barrels his way inside the end zone for the Patriots. Touchdown! Isaiah Quentin Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run, puts the Patriots on the board, and we're a PAT away from this being a tied ball game.
Outstanding effort by Isaiah Quentin Jackson to get across the goal line and into the end zone for the 6.
Jose Rodriguez now out to attempt the PAT. Rodriguez's kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, 1:34 remaining here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. The Patriots tie it up at 7-all. We'll take a brief commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll have Weiss's response just after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry.
2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com.
We are back here at the field where, following a 6-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Quentin Jackson, the Patriots have tied this ball game up 7-all against the Weiss Wolves, who lead District 13 5A, or are at least tied for first place with the Brenham Cubs.
Well, the one thing about the inclement weather coming in, as long as it's only rain, we'll continue to play. But if it rains, Travis, don't look for a lot in the passing game. It's going to be a ground game in the event of a lot of rain.
Patriots defense has really been stepping up the last several drives as Jose Rodriguez is set to kick this ball away. Back to return for the Wolves at the 10-yard line. Edric Whitley and Kalen Rogers, who scored the touchdown for Weiss earlier this ball game. Rodriguez is going to kick a high kick, almost like an onside kick, that is going to be taken at the 40-yard line and immediately brought down. That was Reed Ryland making the catch on that kickoff, and it'll set the Weiss Wolves up with some pretty decent field position here. Of course, it worked out really well for the Patriots last defensive series. They had Weiss pinned inside their own 10-yard line. Not the case this time. Right.
Well, a lot of people wonder, why does a coach kick so shallow like that? Well, he's trying to keep it out of the hands of their top returners. And as you saw on the very first kickoff, he took it all the way down to the 39 of the Patriots, and they don't want to have that happen again.
It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 41-yard line. Weiss, it's a hand off to Askew, who is tackled in the backfield, and he throws that ball behind him, although he was already going to be marked down for loss of forward progression. Just a wall of Patriots defensive linemen getting in there. I saw Thomas Thornburg and Justin Nazer involved on that play.
Well, the one that he really ran into was Roland Hine. Roland Hine was in the backfield, and the running back just ran right into him.
It'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Wolves. Cord takes the snap, rolls out to the right side, looking to throw, and now looking just to avoid the Patriot pressure, and he does. He breaks free, but is brought down by Thomas Thornburg just shy of the 40-yard line. It'll be another loss of about 1 yard for the Wolves, setting up 3rd down and long, and another great defensive stand for the Patriots.
So got one of my high school friends listening in tonight, Travis, Bobby Reynolds, back in Godley, Texas, listening in to Eastview Patriot football tonight. Glad to have you along, Bobby.
Thank you to everyone for choosing to spend your Thursday night here with us here on SHN Sports. 3rd down and 12 for the Wolves. Cord takes the snap, drops back, throws right, and towards the sideline. It is caught by C.J. Meeks, but not enough for the 1st down. And that will bring up a 4th down for the Wolves. Meeks steps out of bounds, stops the clock with 20 seconds to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Game tied at 7 apiece. And the Wolves will be punting this ball away. Back to return for the Patriots is Isaiah Quentin Jackson. And out to punt for the Wolves is Reed Ryland. So Ryland now. Punt is up, and it'll be a low punt that Isaiah Quentin Jackson will not attempt to return, and it will be down inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line by Weiss. So the Patriots now will have to overcome some adversity with 9 seconds to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. This game tied up at 7 apiece.
Well, that was a smart thing for Quentin Jackson to lay off of that, because it was over his head, but it was a low enough kick to allow the punt team to get down around him and not take the chance of possibly making contact with that ball and turning it over that close to his own end zone.
So the Patriots will come out for this offensive series. 1st down and 10, ball on the 4-yard line, their own 4-yard line, that is. Colson will come out in the gun, 3 receivers to his right side on the upper part of your screen. Colson takes the snap, drops back, throws left, intended for Michael Sedgwick, and it bounces off the hand of Michael Sedgwick just near the Weiss sideline, but that could have been a touchdown had Sedgwick been able to pull that in.
Well, the defender, and I'm surprised he didn't get flagged for pass interference. He was holding the right hand of the Eastview Patriot receiver, and he was unable to make that catch. Had he been able to break free, he would have probably taken it to the house, and Weiss gets away with one right there.
It'll be 2nd down and 10, ball on the Eastview 4-yard line. Colson in the gun, 2 receivers on each side. Amarian Brooks is in it, running back. Colson now hands the ball off. No, he fakes, and he throws right. Overthrows Charles Ross. The pass is nearly intercepted. At least it could have been had the Weiss defender. That was Zane Tipton on the coverage there. He was the one closest to the ball. Colson throws the incomplete pass, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Patriots. But that will be the end of the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. So we'll take a brief commercial break. This ball game is tied at 7 apiece. We'll see how Eastview can respond on this 3rd down when we come back right after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry.
If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105.
We're back here at the field where at the start of the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter, the Eastview Patriots and the Weiss Wolves are tied at 7 apiece. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this special Thursday night edition of Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry. I'm Travis Banks alongside Michael Francis. We thank you very much for joining us this evening, as it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Patriots. Ball on their own 4-yard line. They need to make it to the 14 in order to keep this drive alive. As the rain, you can see, at least we can see a little bit, coming off of the lights in the stadium. Starting to come down a decent bit, not too much, and no lightning as of yet, knock on wood. So we will continue this gameplay for as long as possible. Now, 3rd down and 10 for the Patriots. Colson in the gun, inside the end zone. Colson rolls out to the right and avoids some pressure, and he throws, caught at the 10 by Charles Ross, and Ross running down the sideline, breaking free and eventually running out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. And Weiss is very upset, specifically Zach Lenz, one of the defenders, as he thought he had Charles Ross well in the backfield, but a huge 3rd down play and conversion gets a 1st down for the Patriots.
Well, Jackson Colson making things happen with his feet back there, and as he was almost in the grasp in the end zone to avoid the safety, he breaks loose and throws a little bubble pass over to Charles Ross, who picks up the 1st down. It was a great play.
It'll be 1st down and 10, ball on the 34-yard line. So Colson in the gun, hands off to Amarian Brooks, who is stuffed at the line of scrimmage and might have lost 2, maybe 3 yards on that carry. Amarian Brooks brought down by, looked like it was Darren Egwavone. And I'm sorry, that was Zach Lenz on the tackle, as that'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Only a loss of 1 yard for the Patriots, moves them back to the 33-yard line. And now the Patriots will go hurry up. Colson in the gun, 2 receivers to his left. Colson fakes the handoff, decides to roll out to the left side, throws left, caught at the 40-yard line, and immediately brought out of bounds. That was Peyton Adams making the catch. I'm sorry, that was Tyler Wagner, no. And Tyler Wagner will pick up a decent amount of yardage for the Patriots. It'll be 3rd down and manageable, 3rd down and 4 officially, so a 7-yard gain. I'm sorry, that was Peyton Adams making the catch. My mistake. As the clock will temporarily stop with 11:01 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. This game is tied at 7.
Oh, Wagner just leaving off from where he left off last week.
Hand off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who rolls towards the left sideline, the Eastview sideline. And he's brought down, looks to be just short of the first down marker. We'll see where the referees are going to spot the ball.
It's like he's 4th and 1.
Yeah, Isaiah Quentin Jackson just short, so the Patriots are not going to risk it. They're going to punt this ball away on 4th down and 1 here. Ball on their own 43-yard line. Back to return is Edric Whitley for the Wolves. Jackson Colson will be punting this ball away from the 30-yard line. And the Wolves are expecting a fake because they're not sending Whitley out deep anymore. Colson will indeed punt the ball away, and it will be a high kick, lots of hang time, and it will roll out of bounds between the 30 and the 25-yard line. So Weiss will get back to work here. 10:09 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter with this ball game tied 7 apiece. And Weiss looking to get something going as their last couple of offensive series have stalled thanks to this Patriots defense.
Jacob Moore coming in for the Weiss Wolves, playing left guard. Jacob Moore and I go to church together at New Life Austin.
First and 10 for the Wolves. Ball on the 28-yard line. Cord trying to draw the Patriots off sides, and he can't do that, so he's going to look to his sidelines for instructions from Coach Tommy Altman, who's done a phenomenal job with his Weiss Wolves team in only its second year of varsity play. Cord now hands the ball off to Cross, and Cross makes it past the 30-yard line, has nowhere really to go. He's going to be brought down by Eric Millette after a gain of about 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Wolves, so a gain of 4 on that run by Cross. Weiss will go hurry up. Cord in the gun. 2 running backs, 2 receivers to his left at the bottom of your screen. It's a handoff to Askew, and Askew breaks free from some tacklers to the 40, makes it to the 45, to the 50, and pushed out of bounds is Askew at the 45-yard line as he enters Eastview Patriot territory. He's pushed out of bounds by Jordan Oswald.
Some of that arm tackling that's going on out there for the Patriots. They're making good first contact but can't seem to wrap up, and he was able to turn that into a big first down play.
Huge first down for Weiss. They're first in quite some time, as it'll be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line, and it's a option handoff. It'll be Cross taking the ball inside the 40 to the 35 before being brought down by Thomas Thornburg. And so a great run by Cross moves the chains for the Wolves yet again.
You're starting to get in that area where it's getting close to 4-down territory.
Game tied at 7. Cord takes the snap and hands off to Cross yet again, and a flag comes out very late. Cross able to make it to the right hash mark near the 30-yard line, and a shoe just goes flying. This play will be blown dead, however. We'll have to wait and see what this flag is all about.
It's probably going to be holding. It came from the umpire behind the line of scrimmage, so you're probably looking at holding.
Cross really had nowhere to go on that carry as he ran into a wall of Patriots defenders.
Indeed, it was holding, the 10-yard variety type, and they'll march it back for 1st down and 20.
9:06 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. This game is tied at 7 apiece, but Weiss is driving. As the chain gang finally moves the chains, and it looks like a timeout was taken, I believe, by Weiss. We'll wait for official confirmation of who took that timeout, but nevertheless, we will go ahead and take this timeout with them. It is 9:06 remaining here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. This ball game is tied at 7 apiece. We'll be right back here from the field for Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. I'm sorry, no, that is not a timeout. It is going to be a lightning delay, looks like, as the teams are heading to the locker room here. So this is not exactly what we needed. It'll be a 30-minute lightning delay, and they'll add time for every lightning strike. So we might be here a little while, Michael.
30 minutes. So they've posted on the scoreboard about lightning delays. So,
see if I can get that on camera.
and it has the
quick.
countdown clock right there. So for every lightning strike that happens, it's another 30 minutes beyond that point. Typically, they'll have a beacon that blinks, and as long as that beacon's blinking, you'll know that we're in a lightning delay. But unfortunately, I do not see that beacon unless it's on top of the press box.
We'll have to talk to somebody inside this press box to see what's happening as the coaching staffs for Weiss and Eastview are both exiting the press box.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and keep it here for the time being, but that's got to bother these kids, as especially Weiss. They were driving this ball game tied at 7 apiece.
Throws your rhythm off for sure, and it affects both teams. Because you get rested up, and you've been in that playing mode, and you got to come out and start it all over again, and it just it's rough to pick up where you left off on that. So just got a text from my wife, Travis. We live in Leander, and she said it is really coming down hard there at the house.
With that, we'll keep it here for just a brief moment. For those of you who are just tuning in now, 6:45 p.m., this game, of course, was moved up an hour to avoid delays such as this. It was originally scheduled for a 7 p.m. kickoff here at the field, moved up to a 6 o'clock kickoff a little earlier this morning. It was about 10:30 a.m. is when I saw the notification from the Eastview Patriots Booster Club Facebook group. And Coach Fekoch tweeted about it shortly after, around 11 a.m. So a little bit of a short notice led to a little bit of a late arriving crowd. And what's unfortunate for this crowd is that a majority of them just now are arriving, and there's nowhere to go. They can't get to the stands, and there's more lightning. As you can see on your screen, the clock is continuing to reset.
Yeah, so every time it strikes, it's a reset, and it's going to really come down hard. If it's moving this way from the northwest, it's going to be bad probably, and we may end up actually seeing this game canceled, because it is Thursday night. It is a school night, and they're not going to carry it too late, so it may be continued on Saturday. It won't be played tomorrow unless they can find another venue, as this stadium will be occupied by one of the other schools.
Michael, I've been broadcasting high school football for only a couple of years now, but the only situation I've had like this was a few years ago. I was covering Bowie High School, and they had a game at House Park. I believe they were playing Anderson, one of those teams that play. It might have been Austin High as well, but that was a Thursday night game. It was weather sort of similar to this, just not exactly pitch black, but just downpour of rain. It was only a couple of months before all of those Shoal Creek floods that ended up ruining House Park and forcing those renovations. They ended up calling that game after, I believe it was about 30 minutes. I don't think there was any lightning. It was just the field was flooded down there at House Park, so they ended up calling the game. Now, they played that game the next day, that Friday afternoon. That had an early, I believe it was like a 3 or a 4 o'clock start time, because, of course, Bowie shares Berger Stadium with a number of other teams, and House Park is shared by a number of other teams. Those two stadiums both had games already scheduled for 7:30 that night, so they had to find a way to work that ball game in, that replacement ball game. And unlike this game, however, that game didn't ever kick off, so they were able to play the full game that Friday afternoon. It will remain to be seen what they do here at the field, as, again, this field stadium is shared by 3 other high school stadiums, Hendrickson, Pflugerville, and Connolly. So one of those other 3 teams is playing here tomorrow night with a home game. You can't exactly move this game to Birkelbach up in Georgetown, because Georgetown is playing a home game tomorrow night. They alternate every week with Eastview as to who is getting to play at Georgetown ISD Memorial Stadium. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with this lightning, as there haven't been any strikes so far. As you can see on the screen, about 2.5 minutes without a strike. Of course, that clock will reset every time lightning strikes within, I believe it's a 30-mile radius.
20-mile radius, I believe. But thinking about it and just scatter shooting here, Travis, that if possibly they were to cancel the game tonight or postpone, not cancel, but postpone the game to tomorrow night, then there's a possibility that it could actually be played at Connolly High School. Connolly has a fairly decent size stadium over at their place.
Indeed they do, and it would probably be the best option for both of these schools as, again, this game coming to a lightning delay with about 9 minutes remaining in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. It was tied at 7 apiece, and Weiss was driving. They made it all the way into Patriots territory after a couple of huge plays converted on third down. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens, Michael.
All right. Well, the crowd is filed out of the facility, and only staff actually remain right now. I don't see anybody in the stands on either side, as band is evacuating on the Eastview side.
Well, they've probably got to keep their instruments, safe and
right.
out of the
Of course,
rain.
they're metal instruments too, and you don't want them holding that with lightning floating around for sure. So we'll take a break and listen to some of our sponsors, and we'll be back with you and kind of give you where we're at that point. So we will talk back to you here in just a bit. You're watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports.
Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at GeorgetownShirtCompany.com. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Welcome back, folks, and we're live here at the field in Pflugerville, and we're going to break away for just a little while, and the clock is reset again at the 30-minute mark, just about a minute or so ago, and we're just going to play some music, and we'll be back with you as soon as we know more. Thanks for watching, folks. You're watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. Good evening, friends. We are still currently in a lightning and weather delay here in Pflugerville. As you can see on the screen, we have plenty of rain coming down, and Travis will pan across the field, and you can see that the field is currently underwater for the most part right now, and just rain and wind blowing in. Temperature has dropped considerably. 47 degrees up in Florence just a few minutes ago. And lightning still dancing about all around us. And they're manually resetting the clock as these lightning strikes happen, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, Travis. But Travis Banks back with us.
Yeah, Michael, I went outside to retrieve our crowd mic because we were pretty safe up here, at least our windows of the press box, for a little bit there, and then this wind just started coming in, and we decided to come bring the crowd microphone inside just to keep it safe, even though it wasn't getting hit too bad. But as you can see on the screen, it's just there's a lot of wind out there, and it's kind of just waving this wind in every which way, every direction that you can imagine. And as you can see on the screen too, it's kind of hard to tell because there's so much water that has been put up on the glass in front of us here in the press box, but it's all over the field. You can see the lights reflecting off the puddles that have been made in the field turf down there. And they haven't announced anything formally yet, but it's going to be hard for them. Even if this rain does let up, the field is so flooded right now that I have a hard feeling. It's hard to believe that these kids would be able to come out and play again on this surface that is so wet.
Right. Absolutely. Well, let's take a moment. Let's try your microphone and make sure that it's still working.
Let me get all the tape off of it. All right.
Testing. You can hear a little bit.
Yeah, I can hear you.
A little bit of static, but it's okay.
So just let it dry out without putting it back in your bag tonight. When you get home, put it in front of a fan or something like that to dry it out. Just don't stick it in a microwave.
I think I'll be okay in that regard.
So some people have thought about that and then have done that. Put things in the microwave thinking that it would dry it quickly, and come to find out that it was a catastrophic failure. So we want to thank you for tuning again. Again, we apologize for the weather delay, and we don't know when the game will be called, but we will get back with you as soon as we know something. But until then, we'll let you listen to our sponsors one more time, and then we'll continue with more music. Thanks for watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports.
Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com. 2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at GeorgetownShirtCompany.com. If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas High School football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105. If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105. If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at GeorgetownShirtCompany.com. 2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back here to the field in Pflugerville, Texas. I'm Travis Banks alongside Michael Francis, and the game between Eastview and Weiss has officially been delayed due to this long lightning delay that's going on a little over 2 hours now, almost 2.5 hours now at this point, actually. The play of the game ended with about 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter with the score tied at 7, and we've been in a lightning delay ever since about 6:45 p.m. this evening, and we just got the official word that the game has been delayed. They have not decided when they are going to play this game, when they are going to resume the play. They don't know if it's going to be tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, as there is another game taking place tomorrow evening here at the field. So it would either have to be before that game tomorrow afternoon, or it would have to be delayed to Saturday, Michael. They just don't know yet.
Yeah, they're still hashing those details out, as they told us that they would send out emails and get that information out to the different media outlets. Possibly as early as 2 o'clock tomorrow here at the field. But as soon as we know something, we'll get that posted. Unfortunately, we will not be able to cover that. Both Travis and I have obligations with our day jobs, and will not be able to broadcast that. So definitely disappointed that we can't bring you Eastview Patriot football. We had a good one going here. Tied at 7 in the second quarter. Weiss was driving, and so they'll get the ball back. I believe they were somewhere around the 35-yard line, something like that.
Eastview 41-yard line is what I want to say. That's what they were definitely in the Eastview side of the field. They were driving, had a couple of big plays for first downs. The stats really so far, the only two scoring drives was the play opened up on Weiss's first drive when the wide receiver Kalen Rogers caught a 28-yard touchdown catch from Tavian Cord, the quarterback for Weiss. And then at the very end of the first quarter, Eastview finally got on the board with a 6-yard touchdown run from Isaiah Quentin Jackson. So one touchdown for Mr. IQJ, one touchdown for Mr. Rogers from Weiss, and that is where the play will resume here at some point tomorrow afternoon.
So with that, we'll call that a wrap, and we're not going to hold you any longer. We will see you all next week. We will be back at Birkelbach Field next week versus Cedar Creek for the next game, and then we'll finish off at Elgin the week after that.
Yeah, and we will do our best to get this game broadcast tomorrow, even if it has to be some other crew from SHN that might happen to be available. We don't know yet if they could decide a time right now, like they have with the other cancellations tonight. We would be able to have all that sorted out right now, but being as that they don't have a makeup time set for tomorrow, they were talking about either doing it as a standalone game tomorrow afternoon or as part of a doubleheader with a game here tomorrow night. None of that information has been announced, but it should be announced at some point tomorrow morning. Be sure to check shnsports.com along with all of our social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The handle is at SHN Sports on all of those. Again, shnsports.com as well, and we will get you all of that information as soon as we find out what is going to go on, as lightning is just striking all over the place here in Pflugerville. The rain is coming down not as hard as it was during the peak of that weather delay, but still coming down pretty much a lot harder than it was about 20 minutes ago. So I know we are we're pretty tired from sitting up here the last 2.5 hours, kind of twiddling our thumbs and checking Twitter for updates. But again, any final thoughts before we sign off for good tonight, Michael?
No, I don't have any final thoughts right now. It's just been a heck of a downpour and a lot of weather in the past 2 hours. So just ready to call it a night, to be honest with you.
Well, with that, again, be sure to check shnsports.com and all of SHN's social media outlets at shnsports.com for further updates on the makeup for this delayed game. Again, with 9:06 remaining in the second quarter, it was Weiss and Eastview tied at 7 apiece here at the field in Pflugerville, and we will hope to resume broadcast of this game at some point tomorrow. When we find out when that happens, we will let you know. Until then, he's Michael Francis. I'm Travis Banks, and we will see you at some point in the future for the conclusion of this broadcast.